Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline and today I'm going to be comparing German and American high school. So I've been in my German school for about 2 weeks now, and this is just kind of what I've noticed, like the big differences, and I just wrote them down, so if you see me looking down, that's why. Okay, so my first German school culture shock is that everyone dresses really nice. I have barely seen any German teenagers wear athleisure, leggings and stuff. Basically everyone wears jeans and nice tops too. Everyone looks very put together. Another thing that I find kind of funny is the guys usually wear tighter jeans, skinny jeans, and the girls wear the baggier mom jeans. Another big difference is that they don't have AC in the school, so you have to open windows. So at least at my school, my gymnasium, there's 2 people that sit by windows that open, and every time you go in that class, you have to open the window. A really big difference in German schools is that you don't switch classrooms. For example, back in my high school in the US, if I had biology, I would go to the biology room where the biology teacher was. If I had math, I would go to the math room. But here in Germany, you have a designated classroom that you stay in with the same people, and then the teachers are the ones that switch. So when I have math class, I'm with the math teacher, and then the math teacher leaves and the English teacher will come in. Another big difference, and this one I really like, there's very frequent breaks in German high school. So the classes are 45 minutes long, but sometimes there's double sessions, at least in my school. So if I have 2 math classes in a row, we do those, and then we have a 5 to 10 minute break, and then we have a longer 30-minute lunch break or something like that. But basically there's breaks after every class. So you can talk and eat and just hang out outside and have a break from wearing your mask. In my American high school, we only had 1 break, and that was lunchtime. The only other breaks we had were switching between classes, and those are only 4 minutes long, so you basically have time to go to the bathroom and go to your class. So I really like the breaks at my gymnasium. Another big difference is that there's no cafeteria. So in my American high school, the school day was 7 hours long, and then you would have a lunch break in the middle of the day, 30 to 45 minutes, and you would eat and catch up on schoolwork if you had to. And there's a designated room for that. You go to the cafeteria, you buy your food, or if you brought lunch, you eat your packed food. So that's what my American high school was like, but in my German gymnasium, there is no cafeteria, there's no designated eating place. Usually during the breaks, people just snack on a protein bar or apples or something like that, and they just stand and talk with their friends while they eat. And specifically at my gymnasium, there's a little food stand, and you can buy some typical German, I guess baked goods there. So there's a Dumpfnudel, I don't know how to say it right, pretzels, and then there's some candy bars too. So you can buy food, but there's no designated lunch area. Another really major difference between my American and German high school is the time. So like I said earlier, in my American high school, I woke up at 6 to go to school, and then I would be there for 7 hours. And in my German gymnasium, it's not like that. Let me go grab my schedule real quick, and that will explain it better. Okay, so this is my schedule. So as you can see, every day is different. The classes I take are different, how long I'm in each class, the time of day I get out of school. So for example, on Monday, my classes start at 8:05 and end at 15:15, which is 3:15 for my American viewers. So that day is a typical 7-hour school day. But on Tuesday, my classes start at 8:05 but end at 13:15. Which is 1:15. So it's a much shorter school day. I hope that explained it decently, but in the US, every day is the same, and then at half of the year, the classes change. So for example, in the US, I would have biology, Spanish, calculus, and social studies. And those would be my only 4 classes for the whole first part of the year. And then at halfway through the year, it would change to something different. But every day is the same, every day is the same length. So overall, it's a really big difference between the US and Germany. Another rule that I was kind of shocked by that's pretty different, in Germany, there's very strict phone usage rules in school. Like, you're not even supposed to have your phone out on lunch break. Like, you're not supposed to have it out on school grounds basically at all. Most people take their phones to the breaks, but if you have them or you get caught with them in the classroom, like, they get taken away. In comparison to the US, that's really different because in the US, normally some teachers would let us have our phones on the table. As long as we weren't like calling someone or texting someone while the teacher was speaking, it wasn't really that big of a deal. But here it's a lot more strict. My last difference, I haven't seen that much of at my school, but at other gymnasiums, like other people in the program have told me, smoking is really common among teenagers here in Germany, and not like smoking vapes, like smoking cigarettes. And it's so common that teachers and students will be smoking cigarettes like right outside the school grounds, which is like completely unheard of in the US. Normally people will like vape in the bathrooms, which obviously isn't allowed, but people do that. And then overall, no one really smokes cigarettes in the US, especially not younger people. I think it's pretty unfortunate that it's so common here because it's obviously not good for you, but it's definitely a big difference and it's been interesting to see. Oh, I also have one more difference that I just thought of. So language classes are much different here than they are in the US. So I took like 3 years of Spanish in high school and I only learned really basic vocabulary and phrases. Here in Germany, like in your first year of taking a language, Spanish for example, you're already forming sentences. The books for the class are all in Spanish. The teachers strictly speak in whatever language they're teaching, which I think is a much more effective way to learn because it's basically by immersion because you're forced to learn faster so you can understand what the teacher is saying. And it's definitely a lot more effective because students here are bilingual, trilingual. Most Germans here speak multiple languages. So I think learning languages is definitely something the US can do better. Okay, I think that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's been super interesting to like live this out and see the differences between the US and German high school. I was so surprised to see so many differences. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below and stay tuned for my next video here in Germany.